If tax season makes you cringe, there is usually a reason for your reaction. The feeling often shows up earlier than expected. It can hit when someone mentions taxes in passing or when an email reminder pops up that you are not ready to see yet. Nothing dramatic has happened, but your body reacts anyway. Your reaction usually has less to do with forms and more to do with uncertainty. When numbers feel fuzzy and timing feels tight, stress fills in the gaps. A calmer 2026 tax season does not come from suddenly becoming more organized next spring, but rather from asking a few clear questions earlier while time still works in your favor. This conversation centers on 3 questions that can change how tax season feels before filing deadlines ever arrive. These questions are simple, but they work because they force awareness instead of avoidance. The first question deals with awareness. Do you know where your numbers stand right now? A lot of people assume they do because money is moving and bills are getting paid. The bank balance looks steady and nothing feels urgent. This surface level comfort can be misleading. Knowing where your number stands means understanding income beyond deposits and expenses, beyond what cleared the account. It means knowing whether records are current, whether transactions are categorized correctly, and whether the numbers reflect what actually happened. When records fall behind, stress rarely shows up immediately. It shows up later when everything feels urgent at once. Filing season compresses time and gaps in information suddenly matter more. Looking at numbers earlier creates breathing room. It allows corrections to happen gradually instead of all at once, and it gives space to ask questions without feeling rushed. A calmer tax season usually belongs to the person who looked sooner than expected and gave themselves time to respond thoughtfully. The second question focuses on change. What changed this year that your taxes will care about even if you do not? If income counts whether it felt casual or formal, business activities matter whether it started loudly or quietly. Expenses affect outcomes whether they grew suddenly or crept up over time. Change does not need to feel significant to matter. It only needs to exist. Many business owners underestimate how small shifts add up. Side income grows, responsibilities expand, and life changes outside of finances still affect how a return is prepared. Whether changes get named early, planning becomes impossible. Adjustments can happen with intention. Conversations feel calmer. Decisions feel more controlled. Waiting until filing season to recognize changes often leads to reaction instead of planning. Reaction creates pressure, and pressure makes everything feel heavier than it needs to be. The third question focuses on support. Who is helping you think about before deadlines? Force the conversation. Tax preparation and tax planning serve different purposes. Preparation looks backwards and reports what already happened. Planning looks forward and helps shape what is still within reach. Waiting until filing season to ask big questions often creates frustration. Time feels compressed. Explanations feel rushed. Decisions feel heavier than they should. Earlier conversations feel different. Space exists to slow down. Questions get answered fully. Decisions come with context instead of urgency. Support does not remove responsibility, it changes how responsibility feels. Those 3 questions do not guarantee ease, but they change posture. They shift moves away from reacting and towards planning. Answering them earlier than usual can change how 2026 feels long before any forms get filed. That's why I offer early bird tax seasons. The sessions happen before filing season and focuses on preparation, not panic. During the appointment, we review income, expenses, and changes that could affect your return. We also talk through what documents you will need and what deadlines matter for your situation. The goal of an early bird tax session is simple. You leave knowing where things stand and what comes next. If you want to plan ahead, you can request an early bird tax session with our office. I left the link in the description. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.